Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Factorio sending supporters to space. We are back here, and I've streamed earlier today and done a few things. I'll just do a quick recap here. So what I've done is on the unload here on the iron, I've put stack inserters from the wagons to the chest to make it unload quicker. And then I've done the same thing over here on the loading. Man, I love the zoom to map feature. It's so helpful. So we've just gone from chest to train. Now I do need to fix this because this was actually pretty poorly set up on my part in regards to how these belts work. You can see that really only the first three are getting anything because of how I have these belts run. Now, obviously, if the first three are grabbing the stuff and there's none left, there's not enough ore to really reach here anyways, but I would rather have it evenly distributed across all six rather than three, because that means the train can load quicker because it's, grabbing from 6 chests instead of 3 chests. And my turrets are being killed somewhere over here, this copper outpost, and I just replaced it. I need some lasers. Also, we now have 2 Twitch tokens and 3 YouTube, I can't think, 3 YouTube tokens, which is awesome. And I'm just going to get rid of this. I've done just some cleanup stuff. Oh, I researched uranium ammo on stream. Quite expensive. It did take a while. And then I set up kind of a bootstrap uranium thing over by our piercing ammo. It's not going to be the permanent one because I did want to save that for on episode, but just kind of a little bootstrap one here. And then I just went on a pretty big killing spree on stream. I killed pretty much everything in this vicinity with piercing ammo. It's super awesome. So the VOD for that, I'll probably upload it tomorrow. If you want to see it before then, it is on my Twitch channel under the videos thing on my channel. The VOD should be there if you want to watch it before I upload it to YouTube. But yeah, and then oh yeah, I made this red belt, this split off here, because we weren't actually getting enough iron. So now the splitter is red, and so is the belt and undergrounds all the way to here. And since the red belt is twice as fast as the yellow belt, I split it, and we now have 2 full yellow belts of iron rather than like half of a yellow belt before, since it was a yellow belt input. And now we're short on copper, but this is a bit better. And lastly, I've taken some blue circuits, and I'm just inputting them into the network. We now have 1.3K. I'm pretty much grabbing all that come by here. Because I do want to save them for modules, is what I'm saving them for. And that brings me to what we're doing today. So there's a quick recap. What we're doing today is I'm going to set up module production. And then after that, we're going to work on tracks, not in the same episode probably because we won't have time. But I do want to work on some track designs. However, I would prefer to have power armor 2 and more robots and roboports, and I need a bigger armor set to do that. So while we're setting that up, we're going to research Power Armor 2. It's 400 of every pack, pretty much, except production. So that will put a strain on this a bit, but what we have backed up, plus all this, should definitely be enough to do that. So I'm going to kind of do a little bit. I'm going to be like an intermediate tree exchange here. My personal bots are going to clear these, and then the normal bots will have to come and get them because they're going to auto trash. I also researched auto trash. I'm pretty much just auto trashing. If you don't know how this works, essentially the amount you set in here is the amount you want to keep, and any excess will go to your trash. So in this case, I'm saying, I want 400 iron plates and 400 copper plates. If it gets above that, send all the excess to the trash. And then iron ore and copper ore I've just set to 0, meaning that I just don't want any, so auto trash any that I have. So that's kind of how that works. And I haven't set up requests yet. I should, because I also transferred a lot of the stuff in the hardware store over here to... You gotta be kidding me, dude. These biters. We might go on a killing spree today. Jeez. I've transferred them all to passive providers so that I can request them if need be. Just gonna clear out some more trees here. And yeah, so I'm thinking that, let's see. I have a build here. I have a picture of a module build. It's pretty much the standard one we've used in all of our multiplayer playthroughs. However, previous to this, I would have to mention that the build is different for speed modules because the ratios were different, but they kind of snuck it into 0.15, where now all speed, efficiency, and productivity modules all are the same in terms of cost. If you don't remember or didn't know, prior to 0.15, the productivity module 3 and efficiency module 3 are how they are now. They took 5 of the previous. But speed modules only took 4 of the previous. They've changed it now, but you had to do a different build before 15 because of that. So the build I'm gonna do here, I'm going off a picture, and I'm just gonna set it kind of over here. I think is a decent-ish area. We can always move it now that we have robots, but I'm gonna build it. It's not a blueprint, so I can't just import it, but it should be pretty straightforward. So this may not make any sense until I set these recipes. Don't worry, I'll set them here very shortly. This one actually needs to be closer by 1. Go like that. This guy is 1, 2, and 1, 2, like that. And then these are like that, and it's just mirrored essentially side to side. So then he goes here, 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 and here. Okay, so how this works is I'm gonna do speed first. I'd like to get up 5 modules to get our power armor. So these outside ones are the level 1 modules. These 5, oh, I forgot 2 machines. Whoops. Sorry, there we go. So these, actually not 5, sorry, these 10 ones out here are level 1s. And then this guy is actually a level 2, as are these 4 corner ones. And then the middle ones are level 3s. Okay, so just to go over these ratios, essentially there's 2 ways you can do it. Either this, which is a 10, because there's 10 speed module 1 machines, 10, 5, 2, because again we have 10 level 1s and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 level 2s, and then 2 level 3s. Or you can do 5, 2.5, 1, which doesn't really work because you can't do half, so you're gonna have overproduction, which is okay, but I prefer this anyway. So that's kind of how that works, and it's going to be the same for all of them, again, since they're the same. But just to demonstrate why that is, because I have noticed, like when Colonel Will and I did our Fix It series, a lot of people, I think, didn't notice the different crafting speed potentially. Because if we look here, this guy takes 15 seconds to create. The level 2 takes 4 level 1s. So I would see people building 4 level 1 machines to 1 level 2 machine. But you have to notice that this takes 30 seconds, so it's double the time, right? So kind of how we've done the previous ratios, the best way I like to look at it is how many level 1 modules can we make in 30 seconds? And the answer is 2. And we need 4. So we only need 2 level 1 machines making level 2s. I know all these numbers of machines and modules may get confusing, but that's the best way I can think to say it. And then the same applies for this guy, essentially. So, yeah. So this guy requires, the same principle applies, but the numbers are a bit different because this guy requires 5 level 2s and takes double the time. And this is where you get the like 2.5 thing, right? So essentially, actually wait, I may be confusing myself here. Oh, they changed them to match the speed modules. I know I stopped halfway through, but I'm now realizing this build won't actually work. Well, it will work, it'll just be overproduction because... Okay, because previously what it was actually is that the level 2s of these, I think, took 5 of the previous, and that's why this build was the way it was. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. So essentially, before 0.15, the level 2 efficiency and productivity took 5 of the level 1s instead of 4. And that's why this build was the way it was, because that's like the 2.5 machines for that. But they've actually changed it to match the speed module, not the other way around. So that's my bad. Which means this build won't work, which is a shame because I don't have a picture or blueprint for the other build, which I can never remember, which means we're going to have to go off the top of my head, and that's going to be frustrating. Although, I changed my mind again. I changed my mind again. We're actually going to do this, and the reason we're going to do this, even though I just went over all the ratios and overproduction, the reason I'm doing this is because we actually do want overproduction of the level 1s, because we can use these level 1 speeds for level 3 assemblers. Now for the other 2 modules, the efficiency and productivity, I would prefer to not have overproduction, so we're going to have to come up with a different build for that, because I don't really want to have a ton of, I don't see a reason to collect level 1 efficiency and level 1 productivities, for my purposes at least. So these guys, again, this is okay because we can use the excess for level 3 assemblers. So I'm just copying a picture here. I think this build is actually a build from Nearly Dutch that was made quite a while ago, but it's the best one I know. And if you watch any of the Factorio series, Scarhoof and I tried to come up with our own build, and it didn't go well. It was painful for us. It was painful for the viewers. I know I've come up with kind of my own builds throughout this whole series so far, but I feel that I would rather just use this one because I don't feel like just doing, like, tearing something down like 10 times in a row because I'm unhappy with it. So this is gonna look a bit confusing, but it does work, trust me. Considering I actually build it correctly, that's the key. So these guys go here, and if you can't tell already, kind of what's happening is these long-handed guys are just passing through. Some of them grab from requesters, which are going to be there, where the inserters kind of form a little box almost. And then our outputs. So these level 3s, we need an output for those. It's a lot of inserters, but hey, doing this on a belt would be like pretty insane. Something that I don't particularly want to mess with. And then for the level 1s, we are actually going to put some outputs just for the reason I said, that we can use it for level 3 assemblers. Yeah. So iron is now completely dead, it looks like. Great. We do have some iron problems. The train, I think, is just maybe no longer sufficient. I think I need, believe it or not, I think I need a new iron outpost, which is pretty insane because it doesn't seem that long ago that we set up the other one, but it's already gone down like 1.5 million. I think, wasn't this iron patch like 5 million when we started? It's now 3.2. So we're eating through these resources really, really quickly. One thing I like about this build is that it's like symmetrical. Like everything just kind of matches up, you know, side to side, top to bottom, and it just, I mean, it's a bit of a mess of inserters and stuff, but it does all match, which I like. Oh my goodness, there's so many chests though. This is ridiculous. Okay, and then we just need some fast inserters like so. And I think that, nope, fast inserters up top. Can't leave these guys behind. Okay, well, we'll know pretty quick if it doesn't work. And I'm already noticing I've missed a chest here. And that should do it. So he actually used substations. I'm not sure if that's required. I feel like you could Yes, substations would be better. Definitely better. A bit overkill, albeit. In fact, really, with the extra substation size, it's a little bit awkward. Maybe I don't want to do that. I'm trying to think. If I go here, here, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Substations it is. We may only need 2 of them though, since the substation size has increased. We may only need 2, like 1 here and 1 here, because that would leave. Does that seriously just power everything? Oh, well, that just looks bad though. Just 1. Yep. Nope. Yep, that's way overkill. You know what? I don't care. I like it better than just 1 substation in the corner. That's what we're doing. So then if we shift right click this guy and shift left click the requester, it'll automatically request 10 times, which, good lord, no way can we feed this. Absolutely no way in hell. I'm gonna reduce these for right now, because like I said, there's absolutely 0 chance we're gonna feed that. But I'm gonna copy it to all of these, like so, and then the level 2s don't actually need, those are level 3s, it's not a level 2. Where the hell are these things grabbed from? Oh, here. So, gonna copy that. Don't do those. We don't need to request the previous module because they're already being direct inserted, right? So, copy and paste. And then lastly, this guy, we'll just do the same. 20 and 20, don't need the previous. Copy and paste. And then this one, we will just set a logistics condition to module. If speed modules are less than 5 for now, we're going to increase this, but right now I just want enough for my power armor. We're going to have to do something with efficiency. I really want the correct build for that, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Okay, so there's that. Row of ports, we need red circuits. And it looks like what the power armor's done. Sweet. Okay, so we need more robots too, I think. 92 available. It's not gonna last long. I think we're definitely gonna need more for this. So what are our frames missing? And why are these guys not? Am I like out of storage room? Probably. More than likely, I'd imagine. No, I'm not, but it wouldn't hurt to add more. Like, where are all my robots? They must be halfway across the factory. Yep. Here they come. Yep, sorry boss, we got distracted. There you go. Get rid of all this stupid wood. Come on, guys. Wow. These bots suck. Okay, let's expand this out to here-ish. Makes a nice little triangle, and then go here. So they should bring those. This is gonna take a while. And I do have red circuits there. We actually don't have green circuits anywhere. Where's a good place to do that? I'm trying to see what exactly I'm doing with my belts here. So this ties in, and then that's what in God's name have I done? I don't know. That's a good question. But that's wrong. Whatever it was wrong. So we're just gonna grab from down here. It's the end of the belt for this side. So let's do that. Another logistics condition to be circuits less than 500. And then just power them up. Power, anybody? Somewhere? Jeez. there, and there. So this is going to grab circuits, and that should be the speeds. The efficiencies, I really don't want extra efficiencies, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find the other build. Let me see if I can find it. I'll recognize it if I see it. There we go. Think. Yep. That's it, I think, or close enough. In fact, the more I'm looking at this, the more I'm realizing that I don't even think my second assessment of these changes is correct. My head's just all messed up. I actually have no idea what they changed. They changed something. I know that for a fact, because the speeds were different. In fact, how does this even work? Because you need 2 machines for one of these. 2 level 1 machines. And then you need 2.5 of these machines for this. They've really messed this up. So this is now like, because you can't do 2.5. So if you were going to double that, it would be 4, 5, 2. That makes no sense. I may just be going crazy, guys. I'm really out of it today. So if what I'm saying, if you're looking at this and you're like, Xterminator, you're a complete idiot, what are you talking about? I don't blame you, because I could just be going nuts, but something does not seem right here. Because I found the build that I wanted, but this is also an entirely different ratio. Because the other build is 842, which is what speeds used to be. But now speeds are different than they used to be. But they're different, but all the modules are different than they used to be. I know this is not the... I'm sorry, we're trying to sort through this. I don't understand... Crap. What did the 0.14 recipes used to be? Because I can tell you, it wasn't this. Oh my goodness, how can I not find this? Oh hey, here's my workshop video of it. Maybe that'd be helpful. Okay, I'm looking at... I'm going to end this episode in a second, but I'm looking at the workshop video I did in 0.14 with the builds I want. So the speed modules in 0.14, the build was 842. 8 level 1 machines, 4 level 2 machines, and 2 level 3 machines. And then this build that we have here, this build was correct. This is what the efficiency modules were in 0.14. Same with the productivity modules. But that wasn't with these recipes. It couldn't have been. Could it? Okay, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. Well, 10 level 1s is enough for 6 level 2s. Right? No, not 6. No, 5.5. Right? Because we need 2 level 1 machines to support a level 2 machine. Yeah. And if we have 10, oh, then that's enough for 5, right? They require 4. See, I think I'm just being a complete idiot. I think I'm just a complete idiot. Something still doesn't seem right in my head, but I think I'm an idiot, guys. Okay, time for me to end this episode. Probably time for me to go to bed. I probably just made a complete fool of myself. I'm sorry about that. If I confused you, the best thing to do would be to probably read in the comments, because a lot of my viewers are going to know the correct thing and not be nearly as confusing as I was. I'm very sorry. I must really be losing it. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, because I think the math actually still works out. Anyway, this is a good time to stop, guys. Thanks as always for watching. At least we have a speed module build up. If this math, I think this math does work out. I'll bang my head against my desk off camera and see if I can figure it out. And if it works like this, we'll just stamp this down again for efficiency and get our power armor working. But anyway, thanks as always. If you did enjoy and hopefully weren't too confused, feel free to leave a like. And I would love your thoughts and corrections down in the comments, please, because I think I'm just really driving myself crazy here. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.